Hey y'all, this is Stan, the podcast host for Talking with Friends. I hope you're having an amazing holiday season. We are in December. We're probably about 2 days away from Christmas, but something fell in my spirit. I am an ordained elder. I am also a self-born encourager. So I can't really not be in relationship with a friend or a wife or a co-worker and I not just be charged to give an ounce, a centimeter of encouragement. With that being said, something fell in my spirit, just something short, something sweet. I'm gonna need you to get up. I'm gonna need you to get up. I'm gonna need you to dust yourself off. I know the last season, the last obstacle, the last storm was tough, but I'm gonna need you to get up. And I don't mean get up in the sense of it knocked you down and you stand up real quick. No, storms that come in our lives are usually unexpected. Obstacles that come in our lives are usually unexpected. So they have a way of knocking you down. They have a way of knocking you off course. They have a way of knocking the wind out of you. I remember being a kid and we were playing football in the front yard and I was running with the ball and nobody hit me. I just fell. But I fell on the ball. When I fell on the ball, if anybody knows what it feels like to have the wind knocked out of you, it literally feels like you are gonna die, So storms and obstacles and things that come up in our lives can hit us like that out of nowhere and knock us down and knock the wind out of us. So what I'm gonna tell you is I need you to get up. I need you to dust yourself off. I need you to plant your feet once again. I need you to look in the direction that's straight ahead, and I need you to get up. I need you to know that the strength that you need to continue going is on the inside of you. You need to lean on the Lord and ask Him for the strength that you need to continue on. If you stay down, then nothing will change. But if you start getting up, you start the process of getting up, you start the process of talking to yourself, telling yourself, okay, I fell down, I got knocked down, I failed. Now it's time to get up and try it again or try something else. Don't stay down. I'm going to need you to get up. I'm going to need you to keep going. I'm going to need you to put a plan into play. I'm going to need you to continue to press forward. I don't know what it is that hit you or knocked you down or has you down, whether it be relationship, whether it be marriage, whether it be physical, whether it be mental, whether it be financial, whether it be just all of those things at one time, because sometimes those things can arise in a full bag of chaos. But what I can tell you about walking through things in my 44 years on this planet, walking through things, walking through situations, unexpected, walking through storms in the last 5 or 6 years of my life, that I, as a Christian, a believer, didn't think that God would walk me through these things. Didn't even think that these things would land on my doorstep. Red light, alert, spoiler alert, they will land on your doorstep. And they don't go to a good person, they don't go to a bad person. This is life. They're gonna land on your doorstep, period. This is just another opportunity for you to find out who God is and what He can do. So me personally, what I'll say to you is what I had to say to myself when all of these storms were happening. My grandfather passed, who was one of my mentors in ministry, my mentors in just communicating with me about the word of the Lord, my mentor in just communicating with me about life in general. He passed away. Wasn't too long after that, some years passed, and then my mother passed away, the only woman who loved me unconditionally. Didn't matter what I did. I aimed to do right by her and aimed to do the things that she told me to do, but sometimes I didn't, and that didn't change her amount of love her amount of compassion she had towards me, nothing changed. But those two people that were very pivotal in my life left this planet. And there were some other situations that unfold, things that happened in my marriage, my first marriage, where I didn't expect these things to land on my doorstep. And I'm not even knowing the man that I actually am, as far as the creation that the Creator God has made. I don't even know that I can walk through those storms. I don't even know if I can withstand those obstacles that landed on my front door. But you know what? I stand here, a man 44 years old, on the other side of the storm, letting you know that you can make it. And also that in order for you to make it, you're going to have to get up. I'm going to need you to stand up. I'm going to need you to press forward. I'm going to need you to look forward. I'm going to need you to put a plan into action and watch what happens. Because this is going to be a resilience thing. I've never forgotten this thing. I had two older guys, I call them my OGs. These guys would find themselves in the midst of a situation that seemed like it was going to keep them down or get them down, and they'd stay down, and then they'd bounce back. And even some of the times I would see it, and I'd be like, man, that's it. He's down. He's not coming back. And within about 24 hours or even 6 hours, the person would bounce back. And I remember praying, talking to God. Not even praying a heavy prayer or anything like that. So be careful what you pray for. I remember I was just like, God, I want to be resilient like that. I want to be like that as a man. I want to be able to take some things and then bounce back. And lo and behold, here comes life to give me exactly what I needed, what I asked for rather. And but what I can say is, when you ask for those things, it makes you not easily broken. Things don't get you down like they used to get you down. You can take some things. We can endure some things as children of God. Sometimes it's not the sexy thing. It's not the highlighted thing to think that to put on the resume to say that this comes with the journey of being a child of God. We can withstand some things. We can endure. So with that being said, this is short. I'm just going to need you to get up. I'm going to need you to keep pressing. I'm going to need you to know that even though you've been knocked down, even though you're down, even though you're trying to get yourself together, there is strength on the inside of you that you don't even know about yet. It's on the other side of this obstacle. It's on the other side of this challenge. And also, God is with you, even in the storms where the things come to knock you down. His grace is there. His mercy is there. His provision, which means that he's going to provide what you need, is there. His covering is there. You're going to realize who he is when you go through this thing where it might feel like it's knocking you down or you're knocked down. You're going to know him as something different when it's all said and done. But as the encourager that I am, I'm going to need you to stand up. I'm going to need you to stand up. I'm going to need you to walk. As not a licensed physician, not a licensed doctor, anything along the lines of that, but I do believe in the physician, which is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. At the end of the day, a doctor is gonna allow you to lay down for a minute, but eventually he's gonna come into that room and say, okay, I need you to start getting up. I need you to start applying pressure to that area where we did the surgery, because you don't get better if you just lay in that bed. If anything, you stiffen up. If anything, the wound won't heal the way it's supposed to heal if you're not moving around the way you're supposed to be moving around. So at the end of that note, I will say, I need you to get up. I need you to keep pressing. I need you to keep going. And know that in life, we will have things that will come and knock us down. But the main thing is to get up, to continue going, and to continue pressing on. I think about King David in the Bible. Yes, he stood before Goliath. Yes, all the other soldiers were afraid to do anything to Goliath, to even fight Goliath. Yes, David stood up as a teenager and fought him. Yes, David stood up and used his slingshot, hit him in the head with the stone, and the giant fell. And David cut his head off, and yes, he did all that and he received the victory. But if you continue reading throughout the chapters, David encounters more giants sprinkled throughout the chapters of the Bible. He encounters more giants. So even though he took down Goliath, and the spotlight is on Goliath and David, that wasn't the only giant that he would encounter during his lifespan. So you're gonna have to get up. I need you to get up. I need you to keep fighting. I'm gonna need you to know that yes, you're gonna run into something that's gonna knock you down, but ultimately you're gonna have to stand up and keep fighting. So with that being said, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. If I don't talk to you again before the new year comes in or before Christmas, I'm gonna aim to talk to you again. I'm gonna aim to shoot something out so that way I can keep going all the way until the new year comes in. You guys have a blessed holiday. You have a good night. You have a good evening. You have a good morning. You have a good afternoon. Whatever time you're listening to this, I hope that you're encouraged. Once again, this is the podcast host, Stan, of Talking with Friends. Hopefully, in the coming months, we can have some more guests on. I know I see, as I look at my numbers, my views, I see that my views kind of do something different when I have a guest on. So I consider you guys my friends. So, when I do a solo episode or a quick episode, I still consider you guys to be my friends. But I recognize that, the algorithm does something different when I have a guest on. So I'm going to shoot for more guests in the new year, in the coming months. Well, in the coming days, because we really don't have any more months left in the year 2024. So I'm going to shoot for more guests to be on, maybe even a co-host. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hey, I love you guys. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you, hear you, check for you on the next episode.